freaks, fans, and friends. It's yours truly, the Pope of Plastic. Look, we got a new area we're in, Steve.
This is all right.
Harry was nice enough to give us a brand new area to do the vintage unboxings from. And I couldn't be more excited. We'll tweak as we go.
Yeah,
we'll add
change of
things.
atmosphere is good.
That's right. You know, you got to move things around a little bit. What do they say, Steve? Variety is the spice of life.
That's true.
You know, and we've got the toilet right behind you.
Oh,
In case I gotta, let one go, I can just climb right over you and go right there. Bathroom's right there.
Yep.
So this is terrific, ladies and gentlemen. Now listen, we're going to get back to our roots. We're going to get back to vintage model kits because last week I did Zuke Mura. The week before that we did, I went to the hobby shop. So things have been kind of, we've been moving around a little bit. So today we're going to get back to our roots, and that is vintage model kits, which I know everybody loves. We love vintage model kits.
Oh.
We sure do. I mean, we live and sleep and breathe vintage model kits, and that's what we're going to do today. What was I going to say? Let me just catch everybody up. Last weekend, I was so excited. I'm wearing the t-shirt, and I have a video up on YouTube about this. Pepe's Pizza. New Haven, Connecticut is my most favorite pizza in the world. In fact, it's been considered one of the greatest pizzas in the world by Dave Portnoy, the Food Channel, Vice TV, all sorts of different things, and it's been written about forever. And I've been going to Pepe's for, I don't know, probably about 15 years now, and then they opened one in Warwick, Rhode Island, not far from here. And I was a little skeptical, but the one in Warwick turns out to be fantastic and almost just as good as the one in New Haven. But I was so fortunate, I got invited to go to the 100-year pizza party down in New Haven. And they had free pizza, they had free soda, they had free cannolis, they had free gelato. And let me tell you, it was fantastic. So if you love pizza, number one, check out Pepe's. If you're in the area, New Haven, Connecticut, I know they're in other parts of the country as well, down in Florida and some other, Mohegan Sun, I think, or Foxwoods, one of the two. But the best is New Haven. And you have to go to New Haven and try Pepe's. And I was honored to go and be a guest of the 100-year anniversary. So please check out that video. That's where I was last weekend. I'm back to flying remote control airplanes. I've been having a lot of fun flying now that the weather is getting a little better. I'm a huge remote control airplane guy. Maybe one day Steve and I will go out and we'll do some RC flying someday. But today, let's get back to it. Today is vintage model unboxings from Harry's. We're here at Harry's. We love Harry. Harry gave us this new space. And today is something special, Steve. Steve, today is something special. No, it's not military. No, it's not Navy. No, it's not a car. No, it's not a whaling ship. No, it's not a canoe. No, it's not a train. Today we are going into the science, into biology, into the human anatomy. And today, let me tell you, as a man, I love the human anatomy. Especially in the female form. I don't want to get into it. I'm not trying to be dirty or anything.
No, you don't want to go out on a limb.
But I appreciate the female form as a form of art.
Oh, definitely.
As an artist.
Oh, definitely.
It's one of the most beautiful things to look at. And today I am fortunate, first, because we love both sexes. First, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start with something truly special. This is rare. Steve, the Invisible Man. Now, this is a rare kit.
These are the Fabergé eggs of
These
kits.
are the Fabergé eggs of the vintage model world. And listen, as I say every week on these, please call Harry if you're interested in a kit that I unbox and you want this for your own entertainment or you just want to put it on a shelf. Whatever it is, Harry's got it. Call him. He'll negotiate with you, and this is certainly one you want to put in your collection.
Well, we have here at Harry's a few visible men and women in stock.
Well, don't ruin the surprise.
Oh, no.
Next.
No.
We're going to go with the man. And look, I'm not being a male chauvinist that the man has to go first.
Well,
I mean, we're not doing this because the man's more important. It just happens to be the first box on top of the pile. So I don't need any of the comments. Oh, look at the Pope's a male chauvinist. He did the man first.
Well, you saved the best for last.
Amen. Plus, she has some stuff to do in the kitchen right now. So
there you go.
Some vacuuming. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, The Invisible Man. This is fantastic. You can see back in the day it was $25, which is kind of expensive. This was probably a price put on it not too long ago, I would imagine. Invisible Man, a science assembly project, the wonders of the human body revealed from skin to skeleton, assembled or remove, replace all organs, parts undecorated, and paints not included. Now listen, these are fun because when you have a cocktail party, even though I don't drink anymore, and somebody made a comment in my video last week to stop talking about the drinking. Listen to me out there. When you've died of alcoholism, you want to talk about drinking because it reminds me of where I was. And if somebody can get a little hope or see somebody like myself who suffers from the affliction of alcoholism, maybe that person, maybe they'll reach out to me and say, hey, Pope, I don't know you from a hole in the wall, but I understand that you're recovering from alcoholism. How did you do it? Those of us who are sober, this is why we talk about alcohol.
Exactly.
So we let people know, Steve knows where I'm coming from on this, is that if somebody hears me and says, hey, there's a nice guy who's doing something. Oh, I didn't know he was an alcoholic. And, maybe I cannot drink. I'm here to try to inspire people, not just in model building, but in life. I'm not a perfect person, I can tell you that much. I burned a lot of bridges. I ruined a lot of lives drinking. Therefore, I'm going to talk about it. And sometimes I'll make funny jokes about it. But let me tell you, when I'm making funny jokes about alcohol, they are rooted in seriousness. So that is where I'm coming from. So people want to leave comments and tell me not to talk about alcohol, you can go watch somebody else, okay? If it bothers you, go watch somebody else who drinks a fifth of Jack while they're building models and having a great time and, falling down and all that kind of stuff. That's the channel for you. This is not this channel. So I'm going to continue to talk about alcohol, Steve.
I do the same.
What I was going to say is if I was still drinking, I was having a cocktail party, you can use the small body parts and put them in the glasses if you have a party, if somebody's got the liver, that would be a good one. Liver in a straight vodka, floating around. You could have the pancreas, in a Manhattan. You could have the eyeballs in an old-fashioned, you can have a lot of fun with this kit. So this is a multi-purpose kit. And the other thing is, I don't care if you drink. If you enjoy drinking and you drink responsibly, I don't even care if you're a complete alcoholic. Have fun. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm telling you what my experience was. I wish I could still drink. I can't. Anyway, enough of that. Here we go. Let's open this up. We got the Visible Man. Beautiful, beautiful box art. This is total 1960s box art. This is from the beautiful company Renwald, which was in Minola, New York. Whew, this is old. Minola, New York, Renwald. So here we go. We're going to open this up, Steve, and we're going to see what we got. I have not looked in this yet, so I do know it's complete. Oh, look at this packaging, Steve. Look at this. Talking about showcasing the parts. We got the beautiful... Oh, this isn't the instructions. This is like a guide of the human body. Look at this.
This would be kind of like a little guidebook you would get at a cardiologist.
Yeah, at a cardiologist, exactly. Or a proctologist.
Sure.
Look at that. And how cool is this? It reminds me of something I would have gotten in like high school science class, anatomy class or whatever. But this is just... really, really cool. How cool is that? Look at that, an introduction to anatomy. You could be Steve, probably be a doctor after building this.
Sure.
You could probably perform some surgery.
Sure. Does it have a date?
Oh, let's see. 1959.
Wow.
Wow, now we're talking. Now this is vintage. This is even before the Pope was alive, 1959. Comes with a guarantee. Look at that. Look at that beautiful warranty. I wonder if they still. Accept this if something goes wrong.
You know, you never know.
Visible Man instructions. Here we go. Oh, let's see here. There's the first one. This is. I don't really understand. I mean, they're kind of showing the finished 3, 4, 5. Then you just slap her together. I don't. Here we go. How cool is this? Look at this. Just beautiful. You got the lungs. You got the man. This thing would be fun to build. Is that the penis? No. What is that? No, that's the
Pancreas
spleen.
and spleen.
Wow.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I can talk about penis, being that this is a medical program today.
This is true.
I'm not being offensive. Anyway, here's all the things it comes with. Probably 1950s, they didn't have a penis in this. Probably, it was a little too much. For people to
no, and you wouldn't
digest in the 1950s.
The Visible Man and the Visible Woman wouldn't share the same shelf.
Yeah.
You'd have to put them in separate.
Now look at this. Let's see if we can pull him out. This is cool. This is really nice packaging. Look at this. Let's see. The molding is really cool. Man, this is a really cool. Oh, this comes off. Look at that. You open it. It's like the trunk. It's like the open it up, extract your body parts. What I would do if I were doing this, I would, ladies and gentlemen, Harry's here visiting. He's bringing another sign. There he is.
Harry's Hobbies.
Harry's Hobbies from the man himself.
I wanted to apologize for the new
The new space.
the new space for Rick.
The Pope. Nobody knew.
The Pope. Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. The Pope. Disrespectful.
Hey,
Certainly
that's
disrespectful.
okay. That's okay.
But we had to move him into a larger facility just to house his ego,
Yes, exactly.
which is. Goes without saying.
Exactly.
But, the man is very talented by his own admission.
Well, of course.
So that's good. I won't. I just wanted to.
Bring another sign in.
Oh, that's nice. It flew over there
Yes,
under
it
its
did.
own power.
Yes,
Oh, I like
absolutely.
that. I like that. Okay.
Well, thank you, Harry.
Yeah, just so you don't know where you are.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
You know-
Keep on. That's a. I'll dig out one of the other ones.
We got the Invisible Woman and the Invisible Man.
Oh, okay.
Harry.
Just don't put them together.
No.
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 Okay.
So you open this up and you can pull out the guts and the intestines and everything else. Very, very fun for the kids. Now, what I was going to say is that if I were doing this, I would polish all of this so it's super, super clear. And then if I wanted to paint the veins, which I would want to, or nerves, I would use Tamiya Clear red, Tamiya Clear blue, so it'd be translucent. I think that would look really, really cool. And very cool, very interesting. I love the molding of this. This is a very cool. This would be a great conversation piece, in your office, especially if you're a doctor.
Sure.
If you were a doctor, this would be the model that you would want. Now we have. Let's see. We can open this up. I'm gonna be very careful. This is so old, Steve. I'm not gonna open. We'll look at this stuff that's not in the bags. I don't want to open the bag. There's part of the lower vertebrae. These are your hips. What was this? It looked like it was molded together at some point. Now, old plastic, it's very brittle. I think we talked about this. Old plastic, it's very, very brittle, and this has cracked. So be really, really careful with this old plastic. When you're trimming it and cleaning it, be very, very gentle. It's like, oh, these are open, so we can look at some of this. Let's see. Somebody started this. This was already glued together. Yep, somebody had staples in it. Unless this was this way it came.
Oh, the staples
Well, it'd hold
are
the
for
bones.
the hinges for the bones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh, how interesting. But the molding is really nice. It needs some cleanup. You know what? I think that the factory did this. I don't think that this was ever assembled. I think the factory put some of this together. That's what I think it is. And the factory installed the staples, these hinges, I think. Unless somebody started building it. You know what? Just because I'm an inquisitive type of lad, I'm interested in the instructions. So wrist form. No, somebody put some of this together. Yeah, this was started. But the glue is so old. This stuff will snap apart pretty easily. Or if you don't want to do that, you want to reinforce it a little bit with some modern Tamiya thin or whatever, and then of course you're going to go through the Sandus. But it does appear to all be here. Let's look at the guts. So it was started, not finished. Look at this. What is that? The back is that back muscles or is that?
That could be.
Man, can you imagine these all painted up? All painted up with a cirrhosis of the liver.
Oh,
would be good, wouldn't it?
That would be good.
Maybe a stomach ulcer.
Oh.
Maybe it'd be fun to put a tapeworm in the intestines that you could pull out. Wouldn't that be fun? So my mom used to say, don't you? We had woods in our backyard, Steve, and we'd go out there and play all day out in the woods, build forts. It was just so much fun. Burn things. That was a big part.
Burning
big
is always good.
Until we burned down the woods, which we did. Me and my brother, we went out there with fireworks, and thought it'd be fun to go set some fireworks, just him and I. And it was a summer, school was out, probably about this time. And in Florida, you have these trees that are kind of like paper trees. They have this paper bark on them. I don't know if you've ever seen those. It's like a white, it's literally like a felty paper. I forget the name of these. We call them paper trees. Anyway, and there was tons of pine needles. And we took some fireworks out there, me and my brother. And my brother lit the fireworks. And all of a sudden, the pine straw caught on fire. And all of a sudden, the pine straw caught on fire, then caught the paper tree on fire. And the thing, it's in the middle of summer in Florida, so you can just imagine, it's 120 outside, dry to the bone. The thing's going up in flames. And we ran to this, near my house, there was also a car wash right near our house. So me and my brother ran to the car wash. Now, I'm telling you, this place, it was engulfed. I'm probably going to get arrested for this now, all these years later. Engulfed in flames. We go into the car wash and we're like, there's a fire in the woods. And they're like, what? Yeah, we're like, yeah, two hippies. We saw two hippies smoking and it went up in flames. Two hippies. Then we ran home and my mom was like, you're home early. And we're like, we were panicked, It was crazy. That's why we didn't tell anybody that story until my mom unfortunately passed away, and we were all gathered around kind of telling secrets that we didn't tell our mom. And that was one of the secrets that came out, that we had burned down the woods. Which was, but what I was gonna say was that when we would go out and play in the woods, my mom would say, don't go to the bathroom out in the woods, you're gonna come home with worms. Now, I don't know if that was true. I never came home with worms, but that was something she would scare the hell out of us with, not to use the bathroom out in the woods because we'd get worms. I don't know why. I brought that up because of the tapeworm in the intestines. Anyway, this is I don't see, the veins are molded in, so there's no veins that are a separate part. Now, what you could do with wire, or clear tubing, which is probably the way I would go, or fishing line, anything that's clear, you could go in and recreate those veins, which would be a lot of fun to do. And I'm sure the brain is in here.
Oh, I hope so.
I don't see. Oh, there's the brain. I see. Yes, the brain is. Anyway, very, very cool model. It was started, but I don't think you'd have any problem with getting it all the parts off or reinforce the parts. So I would think this would be a lot of fun to build. Plus, it's an antique, and if you just wanted to buy it just to have it to show people, I don't think you can go wrong. And because it was started, I'm sure you could probably get a little money knocked off of it. Steve, what'd you think of the
I liked it.
Invisible Man?
It was pretty neat.
The Visible Man.
Years ago, when my kids were young, we took a trip to Chicago to see the Gunther von Hagen's Body World.
Oh, I saw that too. That was crazy.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was incredible. A little gross, but I mean, can you imagine the one having to slice all the bodies and all that?
Oof.
Not me. And God bless these people that donate their bodies to get all sliced up.
One of the displays was a guy posing. You saw the organs, the skeleton, and he has his skin draped over his arm.
I saw that part. That's
incredible.
That is gross. That's gross. Heaven forbid the electricity goes out and you lose all the electricity and, you know. Did you see, I'm just going to bring this up really quickly. Did you see Poop Cruise yet on Netflix?
No.
It is the newest documentary out on Netflix about the Carnival cruise ship that goes to Mexico. It's supposed to be a 2-day cruise to Mexico. They go down, there's like a bachelorette party, there's a guy with his daughter, 2,000 people on this ship. They go down to Mexico, they have a great time, they're showing all the video, everybody partying, having just the most fun you can have. And then on the way back, they have an engine fire. It takes out all the electricity on the boat, which means you can't flush any toilets.
Oh.
And they're stuck out there for like a week, and there's just poop and pee and everything all over the ship. And then the ship starts listing because a tugboat's pulling it, and all the poop and pee starts pouring out into the hallways. One of the greatest documentaries you will ever see. It's Poop Cruise on Netflix. I don't work for Netflix. I'm just telling you that it is a must-see documentary.
No, it sounds like a good one.
Oh, it's a good one. It is a good one. It is so funny. Anyway, let's move on to the Invisible Woman. Now, look, I already stated it before. I'm a big fan of the female anatomy. I'm not going to lie to you. Big fan. And one of God's greatest creations, if not the greatest creation. So anyway, this is a controversial model, and that makes this even rare because from what I understand, they reissued this model with a modification because it originally came with a baby in the womb, which I guess it was very controversial back in the 1950s. Does this one say what year it is? I imagine it's from about the same time. And this again is from Renwald, and it comes with, you know, all the stuff you come to love with the female body. I mean, who doesn't love a female intestinal tract? I sure do.
No,
I sure do. Or that's the large intestine. This would be your intestinal tract, I believe.
Does it look like Janet Leigh a little bit?
It does look like Janet Leigh. Look at that. It sure does. It sure does look like Janet. Or it looks like Frances Langford. Now, Frances Langford is from my hometown of Stuart, Florida, and she had the Frances Langford's Outrigger restaurant. And she had her own yacht parked right next door, which was called Shangri-La, and this looks just like her. And if you ever want to hear, Frances Langford was married to the original Tarzan, and she was on, I forget who she was on with, but if you look it up on YouTube, you got to listen to the Bickersons. It's a husband and wife who are like arguing, and they do these little skits. It was old radio days kind of stuff, but on a record. But to this day, it's some of the funniest stuff you'll ever hear. And
old humor from the 30s.
You please look up out there in YouTube land, everybody. Look up the Bickersons and listen. And that was Frances Langford. And we used to sneak onto her property. She had a big what do you call it? Orchard, like an orange grove at her house that she lived in, and she had wild peacocks. And we'd go there and try to catch the peacocks, and the peacocks, if you know, are super loud and crazy. And we'd get chased by the security guards and everything. So I've got a story for everything, Steve. But anyway, let's get to the Invisible Woman. Let's see. Optional feature, the miracle of creation. This was the controversial part.
There it is.
Understanding female biology requires observation of those parts relating to castration. Included there is a separate group of components representing this phenomenon. Assembly is optional. The model can be completed without incorporating these elements. So it's a 2-for-1. You can do it with the baby, I guess, with the guts around the baby, and then you can do it without the baby if it's, somebody who doesn't want to have children.
No, but I do it with the baby. I like babies.
I do.
I
Who
think
doesn't
that-
love a baby?
Oh, that's true.
Here we go. Now look at
Now you
this.
get a book again.
We get the book. We got one of her feet is broken. So that will need to be repaired and then polished. We got 2 cracked feet. But it's all there. I don't see... Here, let's look at the book. So there she is, Frances Langford. And there she is, all splayed out there. Got the spine. Let's get to the good stuff. We got the voice track. We got very informative booklet. Very, very. It'd be fun to read through this and see the differences of modern medicine versus back in the early, in the 1950s. And there's the fallopian tube and the uterus. We got, everybody's favorite parts right there. And we got 1960.
Oh,
the year my brother David was born. But then the guy who got me into model building, my brother Dave, who would never teach me anything, that's the year that he blessed this earth with his presence. So let's see what we got instruction-wise. Again, we got a guarantee. I wish real women came with a guarantee, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just joking. Here we go. Same thing. Same things, just a different anatomy. Same type of instructions. Very cool. Very well illustrated. I think, and here we go. How do you put all this together? I don't see where the baby is illustrated. Okay, it looks like we are missing one part, though. Oh, no, it's right here. Oh, whew. There we go. Hey, and listen, for you bachelors out there, this could be a great kit for you. If you're lonely at night, lay this down right next to you. Maybe throw on a little Petticoat Junction reruns.
Oh, that was a good show.
And lay there. Yeah. It was a spinoff of Green Acres.
Green Acres.
You know that?
Oh, no.
So you have her laying down with you, no yelling, no telling you not to build models.
Yep.
Honey.
And you'd learn anatomy to boot.
And learn anatomy in the same instance. You got your base here. I'm trying to see it. I don't know. Was this started? Yep. This one was started too. We'd have to go through and make sure everything is here because it's not in bags on this one. So we'd have to go through. You could have Steve check this out for you, or Katie.
This is
Now here is the holy grail of Invisible Woman models. This is the holy grail. This box contains extra parts in the special instruction sheet pertaining to the miracle of creation. The Invisible Woman can be assembled with or without parts, these parts. Now, she's married to the Invisible Man, it makes sense that she would have a baby,
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, here it is.
Here is the, I guess that's, those are the special intestines to show how the baby fits around the intestinal tract. here we go. We got, here's the baby in the womb.
The baby.
How cool is that?
Beautiful.
How cool. Wouldn't that be cool painted? I mean, the
Oh,
molding
yeah.
looks really, really nice. I don't know why this would have been controversial. We got, this is, I think that's the placenta, maybe.
Could be.
Here's, I don't know exactly what this, that is the, that's the womb, or the embryo, I guess, that holds the baby. Look, I'm not an expert at, I know the external parts of a woman. I don't know the internal parts so well. And here we go. We got an optional plate to show the baby's, the mommy's stomach, which is really cool. And then we've got, what do we got in here? This was inspected.
Oh.
Hey, you know, it was expected by 214-202. And then now we have the special instruction sheet on how to assemble and put the baby inside. Look at that. Huh. How
Pregnant uterus and bladder, everything's there. Beautiful.
Oh, that wasn't the placenta. That was his leg. Shows how much I know. Oh boy, what a fascinating model that this is. Of course, this is no Tamiya ME-262 jet fighter.
No.
This is a little bit different. This is a totally different avenue of model building. But nonetheless, very exciting.
But you don't need photo etch either.
You don't? No, you do not need photo etched in this. I don't even know what you would use in photo etched in this, but maybe I'm not sure. Braces. If they both had braces, that's some nudnik model company would figure out how to do photo etch, to add photo etch to this, you know, because that makes everything special, and that would be braces. They do braces. I hate photo etched, but what is that? What are you gonna do? So that is the invisible woman, the visible, not the invisible woman, the visible woman.
Visible man.
Visible woman, visible man. Two exciting models here at Harry's Hobbies. A little different than our normal, a little different, but Harry told me he had these and I just had to check them out. And we ended up doing a beautiful video about it, celebrating life and the miracle of life and the miracle of how the human body operates. And this is a very, very special day, a touching day.
It is very touching
in Harry's. And I think somebody out there is probably dying to have these, and here they are. Call Harry, call Dr. Harry up and say, Dr. Harry, I understand you have the visible woman and the visible man. I'd like to add them to my collection. I'm lonely and I need some friends, and here you go.
They would do it.
And talk about transparency in a relationship. There you go. Right? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Vintage Unboxings from Harry's. I am the Pope of Plastic with my good film crew here, Steve. It's great to be back doing some vintage unboxing kits. This is episode number 17, I believe. We've done a lot of episodes.
We've done a lot of episodes.
Yes, and we're going to do a bunch more. Thank you for your continued support. Please understand now that I have subscriptions open. So if you want to help myself and my family to do this, I don't do this as a hobby. I do this as a living, building models and all of this stuff. So if you'd be so kind and subscribe, a couple different levels there, I'd really appreciate you be helping me out, helping my family out, and help me to continue to be able to do this. And please like and subscribe. Check out my website, thepopeofplastic.com. If you want to email me, thepopeofplastic@gmail.com. Shoot me an email, complain, whatever you want to do. If you're passing through Rhode Island or Massachusetts, let me know. Steve and I would love to meet you.
Sure would.
Anytime. You come by Harry's Hobbies anytime you want, and maybe we'll go for some Pepe's Pizza. You never know. Ladies and gentlemen, support Harry's Hobbies. He's fantastic. I couldn't do this without him and Steve, so please support your local hobby shops. We love you. They need your support. And guess what? We will see you back here next Friday when God knows what we will be unboxing next. You just never know. You never know. You never know. We will find out next Friday. Any suggestions, shoot me suggestions. I'm happy to look at
You
suggestions.
know, that's a good idea.
If you want to send some suggestions in of what you would like to see, I will mention your name and I will unbox the model. And maybe one of these days we'll talk to Harry. We'll have a contest. And if we unbox the model that you suggest, we'll send you the model for free. How's that sound? Steve, do you think Harry would let us do that?
I would think that is a pretty cool idea.
I think if you come in with a suggestion and we unbox it, I'll clear this with Harry. We will send you the model that we unbox. That would be fun, right?
That would be a lot of fun.
All I ask
and
is...
we want to keep the hobby going.
Absolutely.
I've done it since I was a little kid back in the early 70s. I've worked in the hobby business 43 years. We want to keep this.
We sure do. And I think if we did a little contest like that, if you make a suggestion, we unbox it, we'll send you the model. And we'll get Harry to, we'll run that through the committee here. The board, excuse me, I burped. The board of directors. We'll run it through the board of directors and hopefully we can get that approved. And next week I will make that announcement officially. What do you think of that, Steve? But in the meantime, make your suggestions and you may win a model. What do you think of that?
I think that's fantastic.
And because of that big news, please subscribe to the monthly thing. I will include a bunch of special things in there for you if you subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. All right, till next time, till next Friday, this is the Pope of Plastic. That's all from Harry's Hobbies. We'll see you next time.